Hey guys, Mono here, and this is something that everyone seems to get wrong in HLL. Every single time I join a server and there's a garrison inside a strongpoint, you have this situation where you have a bunch of blueberries, there's like 10 of them or 15 of them here, inside the strongpoint, just looking outwards and staying there. So take a look at this. We have Fox and Easy with their outpost here and a garrison very nearby, all inside the strongpoint. 5 minutes later, what do we have? The same exact situation. 10 minutes later, what do we have? The same exact situation. Nothing has changed. Fox and Easy Squad haven't actually accomplished anything. They are just staying here and just holding until they get surrounded by the enemy and lose the point, which is what happened. We ended up losing the round because you cannot defend like this, because they are not defending actually. Did they ever leave the strongpoint to build any garrisons around it? No, they didn't. And the reason for that is because they are trying to do this, and the enemy have a garrison here, and they just keep running into each other, and they are unable to push. I got my squad, and we did this. We destroyed the enemy garrison quite easily, and then we just continued to do this, and clear out the enemy, clear out their garrisons, as we go ahead building our own garrisons around the point. You can see the garrisons we built here, and then we get one here as well. But even doing that, that was just not enough for this team to actually get their shit together and defend this strongpoint. And I can't believe this, but I'm gonna say it for the 100th time. And the main reason why this is a problem is because people think, for some reason, that defending this is like the most important thing in the entire game. And it really isn't. Because the cap area for this, for La Grande Chemine, is this entire square. So it's 400 meters times 400 meters. They do not have a presence anywhere else except for the strongpoint. So what they're doing is allowing the enemy to do this. They have an outpost here, they had a garrison here, and they also had a garrison around this area. So the enemy is doing this. And all the while, Fox and Easy Squad are just narrowing their control to this area. Now take a look at this. Which team do you think is gonna win this engagement? The one holding the circle, getting surrounded by all sides? Or the team that is actually engaging the enemy, controlling the terrain, and getting all around this point? I think it's an easy question, right? It's obvious that the red enemy here is gonna win this engagement, because what Fox and Easy Squad are doing is wasting their time. They wasted 20 minutes of the game doing nothing. What they should have done is spawn here, spawn at this HQ, push here, get a garrison built, then push here, destroy the enemy garrison, get a garrison built, get a garrison built, and get a garrison built. They should be patrolling this area, clearing out the enemy and their spawn points. Now, some people might say like, oh, but you still have to defend the strongpoint, right? Because if you let the enemy just do this, and there's nobody defending the strongpoint, and, you know, even if you're flanking them and destroying this garrison, you're still gonna lose the strongpoint, because once they control the strongpoint, that's it. No, that is not the case, because once you destroy their garrison, you cut the legs off of their attacks, because outposts are extremely easy to destroy. And once you control the area around the strongpoint, controlling the strongpoint is actually meaningless. It's just a matter of time until you lose. This is just the most infuriating thing in the entire game for me, because the problem is also that when you talk to these squad leaders and you explain to them that you need to go around, you need to spread out and build garrisons, their answer is like, oh, we're trying, you know, we're trying to do this. And we can't, because there's just too many enemies around. You know what you should do? Spawn somewhere else. Spawn somewhere else and actually take the time to run and get a flank going and get some garrisons down. And I think most people severely overestimate how long it takes to do this. It takes 50 seconds to cover one of these squares here on the map. 50 seconds. So if you spawn at the HQ and you push here and you build a garrison, that takes less than 2 minutes. And you already accomplished more than these two squads did in 20 minutes of the game. And the crazy thing is, if you actually do this, if you flank the enemy and attack the enemy positions, you will get into a lot more engagements in a much more favorable way and actually have a lot more fun in the game than if you just stay here and just hold position and let the enemy come to you. This is an extremely boring way to play the game. Flanking and actually recovering the terrain and controlling the map, that is way more engaging for you and your squad because you're actually doing something. You're actually gaining terrain, you're actually going around the map and getting stuff done. So yeah guys, I feel like I'm going absolutely crazy because it is incredible to me that 3 years into this game, people are still doing this in every single round. And it is also why I never like building a garrison inside the strong point, because this is the behavior that ends up happening. They are just convinced that controlling this black circle is the most important thing they can do in the entire game, which is why they have so many spawns inside that area. They all have their outposts just next to the garrison, which is basically meaningless. Like the whole point of having an outpost is to have it separate from the garrison, so you control 2 different areas to spawn and you don't have, all of your eggs in the same basket. All right guys, hope you enjoyed the video.